Welcome to Film Pulse Movies. Today, we'll dive into the story of this movie and also take a look at the cast and crew who worked on it. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Now, let's get into the video. What happens when the world's last hope isn't a soldier, a king, or even a superhero, but a broken man running from his past? The Savior takes us on a journey of sacrifice, betrayal, and redemption where one man must rise against impossible odds to save humanity. The movie begins in a world on the edge of collapse. A powerful global syndicate, armed with advanced weapons and ruthless killers, spreads fear across nations. Governments fall, cities burn, and millions cry out for a hero, but no one dares to fight back. Amid this chaos, we meet Ethan Cross, a former Special Forces operative who abandoned the battlefield after losing his family in a tragic attack. Broken, guilt-ridden, and living in the shadows, Ethan wants nothing to do with wars. But fate has other plans. When the syndicate kidnaps a group of innocent civilians, including a young girl who reminds Ethan of his lost daughter, he is forced to confront his past. With nothing but his skills, courage, and unshakable will, Ethan becomes the Savior. The journey is not easy. Ethan faces betrayal from those he once trusted, brutal enemies who stop at nothing, and a secret that reveals the syndicate's true plan: to unleash a weapon that could wipe out humanity forever. In an explosive finale, Ethan stands alone against the syndicate's leader, a man tied deeply to his past. The battle pushes him to his limits, not just— If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and make sure to like and share as well. Now, let's continue with the video. Of strength, but of faith. In the end, Ethan proves that a true savior is not defined by power, but by sacrifice. When darkness consumes the world and hope is all but lost, a broken man is forced to rise again. The Savior is not just an action movie, it's a tale of sacrifice, destiny, and redemption. But can one man truly save the world, or will the world destroy him first? The movie opens with a haunting scene: cities in ruins, governments in chaos, and a mysterious global syndicate pulling the strings from the shadows. They spread fear like wildfire, toppling nations one by one. The people cry out for help, but no one dares to stand against this unstoppable force. Enter Ethan Cross, once a decorated Special Forces soldier, now a broken man haunted by his past. Years ago, he lost his wife and daughter in an attack orchestrated by the same syndicate he now tries to forget. He abandoned the battlefield, living a quiet life in exile, drowning in guilt and regret. But destiny never forgets. When the syndicate strikes again, Ethan finds himself caught in the middle of a brutal raid. Among the kidnapped victims is a young girl who reminds him of his lost daughter. For the first time in years, Ethan feels a spark of purpose. He knows he cannot walk away this time. He must fight back. Reluctantly, Ethan sharpens his skills, stepping back into a world of blood and betrayal. Along the way, he reunites with an old ally, Maya, an intelligence officer who still believes Ethan was born for something greater. Together, they uncover the syndicate's terrifying plan: to unleash a bioweapon capable of ending humanity. The journey is brutal. Ethan faces mercenaries, assassins, and even traitors from his own past. Each fight pushes him to his limits, but also forces him to confront the demons inside his heart. The deeper he goes, the clearer it becomes. This is not just about saving others, it's about saving himself. In the explosive climax, Ethan finally comes face to face with the syndicate's leader. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and make sure to like and share as well. Now, let's continue with the video. A man revealed to be his former commanding officer, the one who betrayed him years ago. The final battle is more than fists and bullets. It's a war of wills, past against present, guilt against redemption. With sheer determination, Ethan defeats the syndicate, but not without sacrifice. In saving the world, he finally redeems himself. He is no longer just a broken soldier. He is the Savior. What if the world's last hope was not a superhero, not a king, not even an army, but a broken man haunted by his past? The Savior is a Hollywood action thriller where one man must face betrayal, sacrifice, and his darkest fears to protect humanity from total destruction. The film begins with a global crisis. A shadowy syndicate has risen, more powerful than governments and more ruthless than terrorists. With armies of mercenaries and advanced technology, they bring nations to their knees. World leaders are assassinated, cities are reduced to ashes, and billions live in fear. The world has no savior. But then, in the middle of this chaos, the story shifts to Ethan Cross. Once a legendary Special Forces soldier, Ethan now lives in hiding. He carries the scars of war, but worse, he carries guilt. Years ago, his wife and daughter were killed in a terrorist attack orchestrated by the very syndicate destroying the world today. Since then, Ethan abandoned the fight, believing he failed as a soldier and, more importantly, as a father. Ethan has given up on the world, but the world has not given up on him. During a violent raid, the syndicate kidnaps dozens of civilians. Among them is a little girl who reminds Ethan of his lost daughter. Something inside him breaks, or perhaps awakens. For the first time in years, Ethan picks up his weapon. He knows this is not just about revenge. This is destiny. With the help of Maya, a fearless intelligence officer who has never stopped believing in him, Ethan discovers the syndicate's ultimate plan, a bioweapon engineered to wipe out half of humanity. If unleashed, there will be no tomorrow. But the mission is not just about facing enemies. Ethan must battle his own past. Every corner hides betrayal, from mercenaries who once fought by his side, to allies who now serve the syndicate for power. Each confrontation forces him to question, is he truly strong enough to be the savior the world needs? The action escalates. Car chases through burning streets, brutal hand-to-hand combat in underground bases, and explosive gunfights in enemy strongholds. Yet, beyond the bullets and blood, the heart of the story is Ethan's transformation, from a man who lost everything to a warrior who finds meaning again. Finally, the journey leads him to the syndicate's headquarters, where he confronts its leader. In a shocking twist, the leader is revealed to be Ethan's former commanding officer, the man who betrayed him years ago, the very man responsible for his family's death. The final battle is raw, emotional, and unforgettable. Ethan fights not just with weapons, but with the strength of his pain, his love, and his will to protect the innocent. In the end, he stops the weapon, defeats the syndicate, and saves humanity, but not without scars. Ethan is no longer just a soldier. He is no longer a man running from his past. He has become something greater. He has become the Savior.